Welcome to the indices, and here we're looking at the S&P 500 just on a 15-minute chart. Firstly, the ADP figures for the US were positive, and that can be a good lead-in for Friday being positive as well. So we'll keep that in mind. However, the little wave count that we've been tracking upwards here is these little 5 waves through here are coming to an end at the 1930 area here. So basically we're looking for, as far as I can tell, is basically 5 waves, and I think they're like this here. So it should sort of end in here. But another point to make too is that the 1930, the 30 is group 1, the top of group 1. So support here would see us even higher, but we would have to expect a decent correction across this level here. The other thing that would be driving this market would be the ECB figures coming out tonight in Europe as well. Obviously, the ECB are going to be putting something positive out in terms of cutting interest rates, or some bond buying strategy would be sort of put into place. The catalyst news headlines driven market should be positive. So it can push up further, but as far as we're concerned, trading that we are looking for a top here and then a correction. So these are the last little sort of 5 waves here. A little bit tricky to count, but the main point here is that every trend of every degree of structure has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And this can be wave 1 back for wave 2 here, or this could all be wave 1 here and back for 2. But the main point here is that we can see that the third wave's in the middle here somewhere. So this would be the 4th here, and we'll see a 5th higher through here. In the bigger picture as well, just on the daily here, it's quite plausible. This is just my alternative count here, is that because I know that using the levels is that when a market has found support on 18 after it's done its correction, then it just pushes up to the next whole number. So this would be the finishing line up here. So realistically, this market can push higher. But look, one step at a time, and I didn't want to show this chart until we actually had support on the 1930 as such. We can probably see from the 1930, if it fails support, then we'll see a move back into 1900, retesting what was resistance would then become support. So and it's the same for the DJ and the DAX really as well. DAX has got more up to the upside, but we'll see about that. But this pattern here for the US 30, it's messy, it's difficult to count, and I've mentioned that, but we're on the right track in it, tracking whatever this 5th wave of the 5th higher to this profit taking number here, 800. Traders tend to take profit at or work with whole numbers and even numbers more so. So that's what that would be looking for there. The 16,750, as I mentioned yesterday, is the resistance that we should see we should see that high get taken out here, and look for that on the cash. The DAX is the same as the US markets as such, but yesterday we were looking for, we know that we're at a wave 3 high here. We were looking for a wave 4 to pull back to possibly the 98.33, and it still may do that, but that will depend on the headline figures tonight with the ECB. However, normally a dip down through a big number and then finding support back on it is a positive thing, and I would take that as a long trade from that point there. It does appear that we've got like a 5-wave structure here, so we may just pull back up 61.8% of this move down and then fold down into this wave 4 here lower as well. So it just depends on the news as such. The FTSE's got its own count as such, and we were looking at this being, is coming back over here a little bit, looking at this coming down as the A wave. This is a correction across the 6800. Okay, so this is the A wave, this is the B wave to here, and then we're looking at the C wave here. Now I've had a look on the cash as well, but it's a little bit tricky to work out, just because the C wave will have 5 waves in it, and I can see that we've got 5 here for the wave 1. I know this is wave 2, and it looks like, you know, this could be wave 3 into here, and wave 4 to here, and wave 5 to here. I don't know, but what I thought about this is that the best way to handle it, because we could get a move up and then another move down into 6772 area here and 680 in here to complete the 5th wave, the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So one way of, you know, this you know, wave 5 can be in place here with wave C here, but I just can't figure it out in a clear way. So if we get support on 6830, yeah, nice support on 6830, a tested support, not just trading above it and coming back. If we get nice support on that, then we can trade to the long side, and we can be looking, you know, we can be going, you know, up in above 6900 up there. So we just need to do that. So there's not really a long trade set up here. I mean, you could buy on strength if it, you know, moves straight up in the opening, but would also be expecting a wave 4 to move up anyway. So you're just going to have to be a little bit careful there. Now, the FTSE and the Australian market are very similar in their pattern. So what I mean by that is this A wave here, this B wave here, and this C wave. So the FTSE and the Australian market are on the same page, so to speak. So when we look at the Australian market here, we're looking at it like this here. You know, we're looking for a correction. You never know what you get. You can draw things in and so forth. And, you know, originally we were looking at, you know, wave 1 up to here, the 50-60% retracement level was here, and you know, it's sort of found its way down there, you know, in as such. So yeah, this A wave's here, by the way, but the thing is that this A, B, and C here is pretty close to be, you know, it's mature, it's either finished or it's maturing. And the difficulty I had in trying to understand if the wave C here in the FTSE had a nice clean 5 waves in it, I couldn't quite work it out. And I've got the same problem here as well. Technically, we're at the 61.8 retracement level here, the 54.30 odd, whatever. So that's all fine, but we would need to see evidence of a move up from here. But in pulling this apart here, I look at it like this here. This is from the wave B up here down to wave C here. I really just don't know if it's finished. And, you know, I look on the cash market and I can see that on the cash market, this is a reasonable wave 1 and wave 2 to here. Of course, this wave 2 here needs to be over here. That fits quite sort of well there. This fits quite well as a sort of wave 3 and 4. The move down through here is a little bit unclear. I think we can be at a low. I think that's the case, but you know, it's trading against the trend. The pattern that's down here is just not, it's not really clear, you know, but the cash market is a bit better looking than this market. The daily stochastics are oversold, giving a buying signal at this particular low here. So the other point here is that, you know, you want to buy strength off this low. So you know, if you continue to see this market move up in the morning session, then go with it. And this 54.50 here, you know, there will be corrective patterns here because there'll be a reflection from the sellers over here. But if it can develop support on here, then, you know, then it can move up from that point there. It's under the midpoint, the 54.50, which is kind of critical in a way. And all it's doing now is retesting it, so it can fail from there. So be very careful about this situation. And yeah, so nice support on 54.50. The other, we know the ECB and the ADP figures from the rest of the world will be sort of positive tonight, but we still need to deal with today. And today we've got the trade figures, the Australian trade balance coming out. So you might want to do a little bit of research on that. I haven't had time to get some sort of viewpoint on that, but if you could do that before the market opens, that will give you something to go on as well. But besides all of that, this little move here looks a bit impulsive. So it is slightly sort of promising, but finding support on the halfway mark between 54 and 5,500, the 54.50 here, would be the first solid step to the upside there. Alrighty, cheers.